Oh, get her done. Looks like someone won from Vapor Baby's last video. That person is gonna win some weird, huge, animal square pet thing. Not sure what you call them. It's got hair on it and makes noises. Oh well, look at that. It's a ugly, fat, huge mushroom raccoon. Well, that person who won is Chase Monero 931. Say congrats to them. Unfortunately, as for now, I haven't got the huge, though I have seen a lot of people in my server receiving it through the board and even sometimes beside me instead, which I think teases a lot of players. This person is typing too much. Holy cow. Congrats, you won already. Take the darn thing already. Stay tuned in the video for the giveaway. Good luck, y'all. Ew, look at that wild thing. I hope that nightmare sir takes him to the cleaners and washes his lil eyes. Poor old thing was found in a dirty old dumpster behind Preston's home in good old Roblox Malibu Beach. Wonder what today's video is about. Who am I? Chinilo Yeehaw.
So have you been grinding the very last section of the brand new Rave update and you're constantly there for hours and hours and hours and you still haven't gotten the huge pet out of this area? What if I told you that the chances of this are not 1 out of 81? Now, due to popular belief, there's a lot of people out there that are kind of just saying that if you just stand in a tile, you have 1 out of 81 chances of getting a huge pet. Now, there's a huge firm belief that this is not true, and I am one of those people. Now, there's a lot of debate whether or not that the chances of this are solely based off of what you see on the board. Obviously, once you hit that bracket and the board starts shuffling, all of those chances disappear. Now, I believe this is 100% intentional because obviously if this was something that was 1 out of 81 chances, we would be seeing so many more huge pets being won basically in this last area. But because this is not true, we do have to take into consideration what mathematical equation do we have to do in order to figure out a base. Now, I sat here right after my stream because I also assumed because there was 81 tiles, that means you have 1 out of 81 chances, right? Well, I kind of stood here for a minute and I realized that is not true. It is absolutely not true, and I will explain why. You have 81 tiles, 81 items that could quite possibly be won in this. Now, I slowed this section down so you guys can see how many times the board actually rotates. Now, I counted 20. I had to literally slow down this entire thing so I could see how many times all of these items actually rotate and if they quite possibly change mid-rotation, meaning just because you see one item there, will it actually disappear and it will replace it with something else entirely different? Now, that's also something that I'm not able to actually tell itself, but it looks like all of the items inside of the board itself doesn't change, if that makes sense. So, 20 rotations later, we have a board that has 81 items, 81 tiles, times that, and include the 20 rotations inside of this. What type of number do you guys get? So the mathematical equation number that I ended up getting was 137,781. Now, that sounds like a little bit more realistic to the Pet Simulator terms, meaning it would be 1 out of 137,000 basically. But again, like I said, this is completely theory, but it seems like it's the most reasonable and semi-realistic. Obviously, I'm not able to tell how they ended up doing this. Basically, it's server-sided and it totally depends on your luck. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about this because it also makes a huge difference as well. If it was actually 1 out of 81, in order to get a huge pet, why do we have a lucky rainbow tile thing that increases your luck by 500%? Now, I went out into the trade hub. I traded absolutely as many people as I could in my Discord server to buy 100 tiles, which I am using in this video. So we will speed that up. Now, this is supposed to increase your luck. But what items does it increase? This does not guarantee you a huge pet the moment that you use it, or even 100. That is completely randomized. So I ended up using the 100, and oh my gosh, we're speeding this up. This is crazy. Okay, so I know you guys are gonna see like a big number jump from the tiles itself to like a low number of tiles, but there is a lot there. There has to be at least almost 2 hours worth of just footage of just me using the tiles and just seeing the same image moving in fast motion. But when I actually went to go check my inventory, I did not win any huge pet. So this does not increase the likeliness of you getting a huge pet instantly. What it does increase is everything on the board that is considered to be very good. Now, the items I ended up getting, I noticed when I was on a tile with the boost itself, could range from a regular potion, a regular book, happy pets, and maybe even some gift bags. So those items are also randomized as well, so it's not going to guarantee you a 5 times luck chance of getting a huge or 10 times luck, or you're guaranteed 100% a huge pet. You have to take into consideration the other items that are also on the board and all of the extra items which are also on the board, such as the booth, such as the hoverboard. We also have to put that into the equation as well. So I know there's a lot of videos out there and a lot of people who are really believing firmly it is 1 out of 81 chances to get a huge pet. But since this kind of intrigued me enough to go ahead and do some sort of like, I don't know, 3rd grade math over here, I decided to just go ahead and see if there was like maybe a base. Other people were also explaining that it could be 1 out of 5,000, 1 out of 6,000, even 1 out of 10,000. But I also don't believe that to be remotely true either, because obviously there would be more in the game. So me being in the last area, I kind of realized over time, I noticed that actually going out into the trade hub at this point and buying the huge Kitsune thing out of the trade booth is a lot more cheaper that way. I am aware buying 100 of the rainbow tokens was way over the price of what the huge is worth, so I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. But as you could tell, I did not get any of the kitsunes based off of the rainbow tokens or anything really cool. The one thing I did get, obviously, is a bunch of Rave gifts, but not the 1,500. That's not true. This I ended up buying from everybody on my Discord server, and I do plan on opening those at some point. But I guess the positive thing maybe is I got some keys, I got some charm stones, and just a couple of little things here and there that are pretty nice, and 31 luck tile boosts. I guess that's pretty good. But nothing that would indicate that this area is going to give you a huge pet, even if you overnight grind. However, it is really recommended to have a higher chance is to bring in a bunch of alt accounts, and hopefully you are able to land on that huge pet. Again, this is all theory based on the numerical amount that I gave everybody. It's just a base, meaning it's probably not true, but it feels like it could be true. Again, the way that they scripted this is very unique to the game, and it's so hard to indicate how and what the chances are. Love to know what you guys believe the theory could be. What is your mathematical equation on what you think the huge chance could quite possibly be? Now, again, it's not 1 out of 81. We already know that for a fact. So, in the next video upload, I will pick somebody who has big brain power and I will give them a huge pet. Until then, I can't wait to see what everybody writes because again, this is definitely 100%, 100 billion%, not 1 out of 81 chances to get a huge pet. Until then, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone!